Good afternoon, Razorbacks. This is Mrs. Dixon. I would like to take this time to go over informational expository writing with you, as this is one of your tasks for this week. Today, for this lesson, we are simply going to focus on the introductory paragraph. I'm going to show you today how to craft a strong, firm introductory paragraph. So let's take a look at what we are writing about today. Now remember, your prompt on No Red Ink is different than this prompt. I just wanted to model for you the learning process. So here is my expository prompt. I have some information up here, but for the most part, it tells me write an expository essay explaining the importance of forgiveness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about the word forgiveness, right? This is my brainstorm sheet. You can do this on your own sheet of paper, or you can do it on the computer just as I am. I am simply going to just brain dump everything that I can think of. I'm not worried about punctuation. I'm not worried about sentence structure. In fact, I'm not even worried about if I'm writing in a complete sentence. I just want to get everything out of my brain. So again, the importance of forgiveness. So what I'm going to do is turn this into a question. Why is forgiveness important? Simple as that, right? So it's natural for you guys to want to go through and start responding with forgiveness is important because, right? And so I'll get into that in just a moment, but that's not what we want to do here. I want to think about forgiveness. So when I think about forgiveness, I think mistakes are a part of life. What else do I think about? People need grace. I know when I make a mistake, I want someone to forgive me, and I need grace. People learn from mistakes. What else? People mature from mistakes. I just want to say like growth. You don't grow unless you make a mistake. For example, when I'm writing, when I make mistakes, I'm learning, how to become a better writer. When I'm reading, I'm learning how to become a better reader. What else? Helps build connections and repair relationships. Right? What else? That's all I can think of right now. So if you were thinking about anything in regards to forgiveness, this is where you would kind of dump everything. Again, if you notice, some of them, actually, this is the only complete sentence. Why is forgiveness important? Everything else is just, people need grace. That's a complete sentence. Anywho, I don't have any punctuation or anything here. I just wanted to just, get everything out of my head. So what I'm going to do now is to begin to craft my introductory paragraph. Now, what I have here is a little brainstorm sheet that I like to utilize when I'm writing my informational essays. So in your introductory paragraph, that's what this box represents. You want your hook. You want to provide some information, and then you want your clear-cut thesis. Once you finish writing your hook, you will then begin your first body paragraph, your second body paragraph, and then you will wrap it up in a nice, neat bow. So I went ahead and did this before recording the video, and I want to talk to you about the steps that I took to achieve this. Now, let me be honest and frank with you all. This was not my first draft. When I first wrote this, it did not come out very well, and afterward, I was like, no, let's just rewrite it and rework it. And then that way I was able to come up with something that I was confident to share with you all. Now, excuse me. That doesn't mean, I share that rather to say, like, I want you guys to struggle. That first draft is not going to be great. My first draft was terrible. It was so terrible that I'm not comfortable sharing it. So what I had to do is I had to go back and reread it and be concise and ensure that I was getting the message across that I wanted to do. So as you can see right here, my first sentence, and then when I transfer this into an actual essay. Now remember, you're turning into an actual essay. You're not turning in this brainstorm sheet. This is just a way to help you get your ideas together. Remember, when you turn in, you want to indent all of your paragraphs. So here I use a quote. A wise man once said, "Your response to mistakes define you." Okay, I like that because hopefully that'll draw my reader in, and that'll make him or her want to continue to read my essay to see what I'm talking about. Furthermore, transition where it go, Miss Dixon. Mistakes can help grow a person and help them to develop into a productive member of society. Now here is where my focus lies. Forgiveness is important. So I'm answering that question here. Why is forgiveness important? Forgiveness is important because mistakes are a learning tool for life, and practicing forgiveness can help a person to mature. Wow, that is my thesis statement right there. So my entire paper, I'm going to prove those 2 points. Learning tool for life, helping a person mature. So when I get ready to write my essay, my first paragraph is going to be that learning tool for life. So I may give some examples about how we learn from our mistakes, how mistakes can make us a better person, how mistakes can push us forward, okay? And then also then that second body paragraph, practicing forgiveness can help a person mature. Practicing forgiveness can help a person mature. So maybe I'll talk about how mistakes are maturing us as we grow as people. Now, if you notice in my paper, the only time I used your was when I was quoting someone. I don't use you, I don't use me, I don't use I, and I only used them after I identified who the them were, right? So a person, mistakes can help a person furthermore, mistakes can help grow a person and help them. So the person and the them, I've identified who the them are. So that's the only time I was able to utilize that. Once I get ready to go down to my conclusion, I'm just going to basically restate my thesis and then reiterate some of the things that I included in these 2 paragraphs. So as long as this is strong, then the rest of my essay should flow very easily. This right here, the thesis statement, is the most critical portion. It is your controlling idea. It is telling your reader what you are going to talk about. And this is how you're going to hook your reader so that they can continue to read your paper. What I like to think of, your introduction, tell me what you're going to tell me. Your 2 body paragraphs, tell me the information, and then your conclusion. Tell me what you told me. So you're just restating what you've already said. So hopefully you guys have found this interesting, and hopefully you've learned something, and I hope to see your wonderful, amazing essays. All right, have a great day. Bye, Razorbacks.